everybody. Welcome to fmtraining.tv. My name is Margaret Carlton. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hope y'all are having a lovely Wednesday, not Thursday. I'm getting my days of the week messed up. Hey, Nick, how are you? You hanging out?
Hello. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good to hear it. Glad to hear it. Hope you all are doing well, everybody, as everyone's drifting in. Real quick, a quick reminder, we talk about the wonderful FileMaker platform 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, at the 1 p.m. PST time slot. We do this because, frankly, there's a lot to talk about in FileMaker. We cover a wide variety of topics from intermediate, beginning, and advanced. And as you can see, our schedule gets pretty busy. So today we're finishing up Nick's mini-series on conditional formatting versus hide objects, which is always a popular topic because it's really easy to get confused by hiding due to the nature of it. And frankly, is conditional formatting as well. If you'd like to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. We have our FM Training annual subscription bundles. Now you're like, why would I buy these bundles? Basically, it's 100 plus hours of video content. I occasionally get comments from people who like, hey, the live streams are great, but I really don't like the format for whatever reason. It's too long. They don't like the fact there's questions. They wish it was more animated, and that's what these videos are for. You can very easily become a competent intermediate level FileMaker developer by watching our series.
And we are actively reshooting.
Yes, we're actively updating and reshooting it as new stuff has been added over the last couple of versions to make that um, necessary, frankly. But a lot of the information in there is still good. FileMaker, in many ways, has not changed how it works in a long time on a basic level. So if you're getting lost in relationships or trying to figure out printing, we've got a ton of great video content on that. They're about 10 minutes long on average, uh, and highly animated, and Richard's presenting, so you're not going to get bored, I promise. Uh, with that being said, if you look at all this, you're like, man, I love FileMaker, but I would rather not do this myself for whatever reason. You have an API integration you don't want to do. You just don't have the time to invest to simply develop. You can reach out to us at support@rcconsulting.com. We have a host of really amazing senior engineers who can help you with your FileMaker projects. Nick is one of them. He's sitting on the thing with me. And if you watch our streams, you've seen a lot of the other ones, Calvin Moseman, Jonathan Ray, Christian Olson. We've got a whole host of them, and they are all fantastic. So, with that all being said, I think that's pretty much the spiel. Nick, what are we doing
Yep.
today?
Okay, so let me share my screen. So today we do the final conditional versus hidden states, and we learned a lot how they behave, you know, they have all the problems and things you need to avoid. Now, today we're going to start learning how to make them painless in terms of performance. Okay, so if you do the way I'm going to show you, there's no way you're going to have problem with your conditional and hidden state, both of them. Okay, so first we need to understand. So we must make sure we understand they are unstored calculation. Okay, so now they are themselves unstored calculation, right? So that means if you put something here, this is unstored. Okay, but if you call a field that has a store calc, well, it is no longer an unstored calculation. I mean, it is, but it is in theory, virtually, it is an unstored calculation, but it calls a field where you have the stored calculation. So that's cancel the bad side effect of having the calc here. If you just have a calc say, okay, field 2, and field 2 is the result of a calc that is stored, well, that has no incidence anymore in terms of performance. If you have the formula and the calc itself here, well, yes, this will be evaluated all the time permanently. Okay? So let me give you an example, right? I have a date here, right? And I want a time frame that say yesterday, today, tomorrow. And I want a conditional to change versus, like yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I want yesterday to be gray, today to be green, and tomorrow to be red, for example, right? So how we can do that? Okay. Let's calculate the time frame, right? Everything in your, everything in your conditional needs to be a number. You need to point the result to a number and no to text. Let me show you. Let's take this time frame and I'm going to say time frame order, and it's a number, right? So why it's a number? Because here, right, I'm going to put the case for my time frame. And I say date inferior, right? Then let's say, let's have the today date. Let's have this date here, right? It's a date, it's a global. Let's assume I have the today date set up, like this, okay? So, and let's say I have the case that says dates inferior than today date, then this is 1, okay? If dates equal today date, then this is 2. Let's start with 0. This is 1, right? And if date superior than today date, this is 2. Okay? So I have my time frame order. I go there. And my date. Yesterday, right? Today. Hold on. Oh, I need to put the date. I need to put the today date. Okay. So yesterday, 0. Today, 1. Tomorrow, 2. So why a number, right? Well, it's because it is much simpler for many, many, many things. Everything that is status, time frame, all this kind of stuff, right, is always good to convert everything in numbers. So you calculate the numbers, right? And then you say, yeah, but I need to know what I need to see today, tomorrow, yesterday. Yeah. So you have, remember, I say 0, 1, 2, like if I say date superior than today date plus 7, that's 3, For example, right? We can continue like this, right? So if I say next week, boom. Why? Why is not converting in free? Okay. Oh, because this blocks it. So I need to put that in first. Or no, not first. I don't need to put that first. It need to be before this. That a case? No? Oh, yeah. See? So today plus 7, boom. See? Next week, you know. Okay, so I have my 0, I have my 1, I have my 2, and I have my 3. Okay? So now, why 0, 1, 2, 3? Well, this is a native language for FileMaker. 0, 1, 2, 3, right? There's a lot of things that return 0, 1, 2, 3 in FileMaker. Why? Is because from the Jurassic time of FileMaker, but still relevant and still very, very useful. We have the choose. We have the choose stuff. So what the choose doing? Right? Tests any integer, blah, blah, blah. So it's an index, it's a zero-based index. Okay? Result 0, result 1, result 2, result 3. So how it works. Okay? Because if you understand what this says, you know, I don't get it. But anyway, how it works. These fields will return 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. And here I said, if this returns 0, put yesterday. If it returns 1, today. If it returns tomorrow, 2, tomorrow. If it returns 3, next week. Okay? If this returns 0, I want this. If this returns 1, I want this. If this returns 2, I want this. This is what choose doing. Right? So now, thanks to my number, right? I have my time frame. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, next week. Now, let's say this record here is in 3. This one is in 0, is in 1. This one is in 0. This record is in 0. This record is in 3. Right? And you want to sort by time frame. Okay, let's sort by time frame. Yeah, but why said next week, today, and yesterday, right? So why it did that? Sorry, they have a bug here, FileMaker, and okay. Oh, still the same. They have a bug here. I don't know why. View. property. Let's put 21. Okay. Well, I want to sort, right? But because it said NTY, for example, if I have this in French, it won't work at all. Well, it doesn't work because I'm trying to sort on text. Why I'm not sorting on the numbers? Oh, okay. Yesterday, today, next week makes sense. I can reverse that sort. Next week, today, yesterday, right? So I have a much better control on sorting. Now, all the good benefits of this is about the what's the name? The conditional formatting. Because let's say I have a conditional formatting on this, right? And I want this conditional to be like, yeah, let me show you what happened here. I want this centered. The field, I want blue. I want it green, white, right? So I want the nice stuff like this on my time frame, okay? But I want, right, the formula to be like if this equal 0, I want it italic, text, gray, and field color light gray, like this. If it's 0, that means 0 means yesterday, right? If it's 1, that means today. Okay, I want the field color to be green, right? Add if it's equal to, I want the field color to be red. Oof, this one is strong, right? So I am counting on the cat. That means this field is doing the calc. So the calc is done, is evaluated, is stored in the field. This I don't have to do this case on an unstored basis. Okay, it's not unstored, it's stored, it's calculated, it's and if I go storage and I say I can index, index. Okay, no problem with this. Okay, but the conditional says equal 0, equal 1, equal 2, right? So I'm good to go. I mean, this has absolutely no impact on the performance. None whatsoever. This calc is installed, but that's not a calc. It's nothing. You understand? It's not. So, right? So I have the yesterday, the today, the tomorrow, and the normal, right? The normal, if it's this empty, should be normal at all. But anyway, you know what I mean? So you have the conditional, the calculation is there. This is making the calc, but the calc is not in there, right? So you have many benefits of using that technique because that field can be used for many other things. I use this field for the conditional. I use this field to show a verbose version of that calc without saying case, time frame order equal 1, then yesterday. No. Since you use 0, 1, 2, 3, you use a result that choose understands, then you have a good pairing now. The 0, 1, 2, 3 technique and the time frame and the choose technique combined together. In the same time, as I demonstrate, much simpler for sorting and even to retrieve, right? Oh, okay, I want all my today. Okay, today, search. Okay? On your script, whatever, you know what I mean? On your, when you have a script, say, oh, select all the today stuff. Well, no, you go there. Oh, I want all my yesterday, 0. I want all my today, 1. Right? I want all my tomorrows. Okay? 2. None. All my next week. Right? So much simpler to have the 0, 1, 2, 3 for sort, for search, for conditional, right? So now, before we go to the question, I don't know if we have some, and I don't see anything in Discord, so we can continue.
I don't see any questions at the moment.
It's
no.
okay. Yeah.
So
Now, the other big benefits of the 0, 1, 2, 3, is that we tend to reuse objects and not creating them from scratch all the time. So let's say I have the status. I'm type frame now, I have a status, and also I have a status, and also I have a status order. So what the status order will be, I can copy this and status order say, okay, actually I don't need anything here. I don't need any calc. You put your order here, and then here, sorry, this is what I want to copy, the choose. And you say, okay, the status order 0, 1, 2, 3. The status order we are going to say 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? We say inactive, active, disregards, backup, right? Let's say. So I have this, I'm going to put like a button, right? Do I have another? Yeah. So, right? So here, what did I say? I said inactive. It was active or inactive? I don't remember. Inactive, active, disregard, and backup. Active. Disregard. and backup. Right? So the first button, we set the fields status order, you guessed it, 0. The next button, we set the fields order 1. See, I don't have to care about type the word. I type the word 1. That's okay. I don't, now on I don't use words, much simpler. 2, right? And 3. That field. Okay. That is order 3. Okay. So now we have the status order, and I have my status, right? Inactive, active, disregards, backup, right? So now here, I duplicate the object, I put my status here, right? Correct? I duplicate the object, so now I just need to change this to status order. And I copy this. And I replace this, right? And add another one because I have 3, right? So now what I want, disregard gray, I keep it like this. Active green, I keep it like this. Disregards red, I keep it like this. And backup, right? I put black. See, I didn't touch that color because that's okay. Gray for the, inactive, green for active, disregard reds, right? Or I don't know, or purple, So it's easy. It was there pretty much. You can, and you don't type the names, disregards, backup. Why you type all of these things in the calc? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is super easy. Boom. Inactive, active, disregards, backup. Now, you will say, okay, but how I can say, because it show active here, but if I go there and I come back, you see, it doesn't follow. It's a fake news. This is fake news. The active state of the button, it's a fake news. It won't stick. See, if I change this manually, it's not sticking because the active states of the button bar is not tied to anything. The active states, the active segment is none. And I can't put one hard-coded. I need to specify with a calc. Haha. Oh, do you want to say if status equal disregard? No. Okay, we don't want that. Remember, I convert everything. I rely on numbers 0, 1, 2, 3. FileMaker reads 1, 2, 3. FileMaker, okay, any software in the planet until they find out how to work with quantum computing, their default language, the basic language of a computer is 0 and 1. Well, I'm going to come there to their infamous Boolean. Okay, Boolean. 1, 0. Right? 1, 0. True or false. That is FileMaker's baby mama language. Okay? So we are going to get there. And then you have another language you understand, the extension of the baby mama 1, 0 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Okay? Do you know that text doesn't exist in computing? Everything is a number. Everything is a number. Even your letters are numbers. Okay? Letter doesn't exist in computing. Only numbers. So why you want to complicate computing with text, right? When FileMaker doesn't even know what text is. He has to go and convert your text in numbers. Okay? Right? You need to go there and say, okay, give me the code of that letter. Oh, it's 112. See? FileMaker doesn't know text. Okay, so how I can type this, right? So the conditional works on numbers, and you saw that you can duplicate, copy paste object, paste in another another file, paste in another table, and you can just boom, boom, because 1, 0, 1. If everything you do with your conditional formatting is 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Well, it's easy, okay? But the benefits of getting the 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 is we can get a successful, successful variables version. And how to type this? Well, it's very easy. I am going to number this. So this is status toggle 1, 0. This is status toggle 0. I need to put a name on the object. This is toggle 1. This is toggle 2. And this is toggle, oops. This is toggle 3. Because 0, 1, 2, 3. So which one is active? Well, the button named status toggle underscore and whatever in the order, 0, 1, 2, 3. Status toggle underscore 0, status underscore toggle underscore 0, or 1 or 2. So now my active segment is calculated by the name of the object, but with 0, 1, not inactive, active, disregard, backup. No, because if I copy paste to another file with a totally completely different status, but still 0, 1, 2, 3 as a reference, well, I copy paste and it works. You understand? That's the beauty. That's the beauty. Just I need to remap these fields on another file, boom, all my logic works. So yeah, disregard. If I change it here and I put 0, both inactive, or I can click. You understand? Or I can put 2. Now it's tied to this, but not with, so, and of course I can sort by status, the inactive, active, disregard, backup, right? You understand? And of course I can search, I want all my backup. Okay, I search on free, boom. That's my backup, I have none, but so always go down to numbers and put, and for the conditional and everything, because that too is a non-store calculation. That is a non-store calculation. Those here are unstored calculation. Status unstored calculation. Layouts calculation, unstored calculation. You can destroy your performance with layout calcs. Everything is an unstored calculation. Everything on the surface. This, you can kill, destroy, annihilate your file with a tooltip because it's an unstored calc. Or a placeholder because it's an unstored calc. Be careful. You destroy yourself with those calcs. So if you put an insanity here, well, you're going to destroy your performance. You're going to kill yourself. Question?
We had the one from David Angel, which
Yes.
was,
Okay. So we have 2, right?
yeah, button active calculation refers or points to the name of the button, question mark?
Yes.
Okay.
You need to name the button. And that's why I don't want to name the button like inactive, right? 0, because you point to this, and then you can copy paste the whole thing without breaking anything, right? And what about, I'm sending you the file and you want a status in French or in Spanish. You need to rename everything? No. 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all languages. I don't care. You don't care. It won't break. I can, do you want me to show you how you can make something like this completely, totally, completely bulletproof? Right? I can change that without going to, I can change this without changing the calc. Without changing anything. I can change the title of all of this without changing anything. Right? I can show you. It's a savant mélange, okay, between many FileMaker components. First and foremost, I'm in the value list, right? So let's say I want the status in English, right? Inactive, active, disregard, and backup. Yeah, I will do it. Okay. Now I want in ESP. This disregards, even in French, I don't know. uh, uh, and uh, okay. And French, for example. Um, in French. I don't know. Let me translate it. Oh yeah, ignorer. Okay. So I have, free language. So how I can populate this? Okay. Well, instead of putting this like this, right? So the value list here. So let's take the ENG. Okay. Value list item. Get value of the value list. I want the value number 1, the first. Here I want the 2. Here I want the 3. And here I want the 4. See, when you do the calc good, very easy. Now, yeah, I have a trick because here say calculation. Yeah. You go to view, show, sample data, and boom. You see how it works. Okay. So inactive, active, disregard, backup. Right? So now let's take care of the verbose. Right? So again, I want this to be, effective. So I want the 1, I want the 2, the 3, and the 4. Okay? See? So now I want to make it something like I change the language on the fly. Right? I want to change the language on the fly. And pop-up menu, language. I have ENG, ESP, and FR. Okay? Ah, okay. So now, here in this calc, this here is this. And language. Okay? Copy this. I think I need to do evaluate. I need to evaluate this. No? Ah, yeah, it's empty. Oh, it's not END, it's ENG. Okay, that's beautiful. But still, it's not working. Hold on. ENG. Should work. Maybe I don't need to evaluate. Yeah. So I'm going to put this here. 2. This calc here. 3. And this calc here. 4. Ta-da! So same on the status, right? So I'm going to change just this piece of code here, right? Actually, this code is crap, but it's okay. It's just a demo. So inactivo, activo, negligé, copia, pense, actif, inactif, ignoré, sauvegarde. The whole thing keep working. I don't care. I don't give a damn about the language. Just what matters is 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So now you understand the benefits of going there, right? So not just so you have a lot of benefits. This work like a charm because I don't, because if you say, oh, the name is active or inactive in English and you come with inactivo in Spanish, bam, broken. You need to go and rename the object. It's a piece of, it's bad design, bad development, right? And this, it's fast, right? And tomorrow I can say, okay, I want another language, right? Which one I can put here? Uh, let's put German. Okay. So it's DE. So I have a friend. See? So inactive, active. Okay. Okay. That's it. I go to my language. I add DE. Poof. Everything work. Conditional, the verbal status, and everything. The buttons. What? So think it's a bad UX to have a single button that toggle between active, inactive, disregard backup. Think is a bad UX to have a single button that toggle between active, inactive, disregard backup. I don't know. It's a demo, David. It's a demo, just to demonstrate something. So yeah, active, inactive. It cannot be active and inactive at the same time. So yeah, so it's a good demo. So do we have any other question on the other side?
Um, let's see. Not particularly, just the David questions which you have been answering.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So now let's go down to their, let's say you have a very complicated calc, right? And you want a conditional to point on the on very complicated calcs, okay? So, and I don't know, we find something, like tag, put a tag, create a tag, which is a number, and you say to be deleted. Okay. To be deleted is, for example, first name equal Nick, let's say, and and status equal 0 and time frame equals 0, right? So let's say you have something like this one. You want, oh, Nick, okay. So I have this calc, right? And this will return 0 or 1, right? So let's put that in the field, in the layout. Let's put my tag here. So the first name, that first name? Yes. So let's rename it first name. Okay. So is Nick 0, right? And 0. Right? 0, 0. And Nick. What was the condition? I forgot. First name equal Nick and state equals Nick and time frame equals 0. So y is not 0. It's not 1. Time frame 0. Well, you want me to first name equal Nick, right? And status equals 0 and time frame equal, oh, okay. Time frame ordered. Okay, now it will work. Okay, 1. I'm at tag 1 here to be deleted. So if I have this, I want the tag to be activated. So it's day 1. So I converted a whole calc like this into a 1-0 answer. Okay? Knowing that, you need to understand how Boolean works in FileMaker. For example, FileMaker will answer is 1 plus 1 equal 2. The result will be 1. If you say 1 plus 1 equal 3, the result will be no. It's false. This true. This false. This true. This false, right? So if you say first name equal Nick, he say yes. Say John, he say no. You don't need to put the if table, first name equal John, then 1, otherwise 0. You don't need that. This stuff, any calc where you have an operator like this, right, will return, or like is empty first name. No. Is it full? You know? Yes. Not empty. If it's not empty, yes. See? Is it empty? No. Because it's not empty. See? See how Boolean works? You don't need to put the one, the if, and conditionals need to be Boolean. You must have a Boolean in conditional. And FileMaker tells you. Calculation result must be Boolean, 1, 0. Right? A conditional won't work if you put a calc like this. A conditional doesn't know what to do with this. You know, because the result is not yes, no. The result of this is n in my case, because I put, you know, Nick. So n. Now, if this, then, now, conditional formatting can read that. Say, okay, now I can say yes, no. Is the left letter, the first letter of the first name is N? Yes, no. It will answer. But if you put something like this, it doesn't know what to do with this. What to do with it? We say N. N what? You need to say equal something. Like what I said, you know, time frame equals 0, right? Now, other big benefits of numbers, right? Let's say I have another tag. Look this. Future. So what this tag would be? I want to know if the record is in the future, the time frame. So if you know, you have many things to do. You can, you can say the date superior to this, but you did that. No, see, they get current date. Get current date. This is horrible. Get current dates means install calculation, David. And why you want to do that again? You calculated it. Look this. Time frame order. 0 is yesterday. 1 is today. Yes. 0 is yesterday, past. 1 is today, present. More than 1, 2, and 3, they're in the future. I see, yeah. So, and this, in terms of calc, it's now if you start saying today greater than get current date, that's not the same story. So now my future, right? So now I can have a conditional formatting here, right? I can have not a conditional formatting. I can have a hidden state, no conditional. I can have an hidden state here. right? And the hidden state is this. When it's in the future, when it's not in the future, hide it. Demo. Time frame. Boom. Future. Now, today, or yeah, I need to say, yeah, set a steady order greater than 1. 0 greater than 1. So why when is 1? Oh, yeah, because it's I need to change the date of today date. We passed midnight my time, so 12, right? And 13 future. So the tag, right? So you can have a tag, you can attach a tag to, right? To a hidden state as well, and you know, and to a conditional formatting as this as well here. So you can have calcs, right? So you convert calc into tags 0, 1, and you can attach many things to this. First, same thing. Oh, let's say you want everything in the future. Okay, you find everything 1 here. Boom. All your record in the future. See? Much simpler. Or you want all to be deleted, no, Nick and yesterday, okay, deleted, right? So up, all the record you want to delete, boom. You search, right? But instead of saying, oh, I want all the Nick with this time frame yesterday, you know what I mean? Yesterday, and the status inactive. Oh, I need to put that in. Right? Well, instead of doing this, right, that might to be deleted states, that might to be deleted condition. Okay? Well, search to be deleted 1, boom. Much simpler. Okay? And of course, you have all this goodness attached to it. And if you do the tag business for hidden states and for conditional formatting, performance, don't care. Everything I've done here, everything I've done so far, you can put 1,000 of those in your layout. You won't have a dent in performance. Well, okay, I don't understand. Need an unstored calc to be evaluated every time? Well, about what? Okay, so I don't know if you talk about the today date, so let me explain the today date. Or maybe we can do yeah, about the today. What time is it? Midnight. Yeah, I can, March.
Yes.
Yeah, can you write for sometime if we need a 1-day topic,
Yes.
how to deal with the today dates? Now that worth it. It is worth it, to avoid, because this is the point. Okay, I've learned this. Let's talk a little bit, have a chit chat. When I was 18, a friend of mine who was the director of a big 4-star hotel in Monaco, right? Principality Monaco. He wanted somebody to be the night auditor of the hotel. The night auditor is a guy who do all the accounting, and they were heavily computerized with a mini system, IBM 36 system. And back in the day, it was 36 system. So it was computer like this, right? So it was an IBM computer with a lot of terminals, right? In all across and we were using a software named HIS, Hotel Information System, right? So HIS. Okay. So, and it was at that time it was extremely modern. Okay. And but everybody was so scared, and I wasn't scared at all about computer because I was used to them, right? I was 18. So, and this is where I've learned the today stuff, because in an hotel, you don't change the day at midnight. You change the date, you switch to the next day when the night auditor, me, issued all the reportings, printed all the reports, and did all the a procedure named close day. That you close the day, say, okay, the day is closed, and then we start a new day. So it was all a process, okay? But that cannot happen at midnight. It happened when I'm done. So pretty much that's why we call that a night auditor, because that happened between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. You wait until the restaurants close, you wait until the bars close, you wait until the swimming pool close, the pool bar, and then you can close the day. Well, in FileMaker is exactly the same thing. The today date, you can't use the get current date. Get current date is for a punctual right now stuff, like, oh, get current date, like set field get current date, right? But it cannot be something you rely, for example, to calculate yesterday to today tomorrow, because yesterday today tomorrow will change every day, but it doesn't change every second. It changes every day. So you need to invent a close day feature, procedure, right? Well, so yes, so the principle is this: you have a schedule script every day at midnight and 1 minute that run through all your records and run through all your tables where you need to have a current date, but it cannot be a global. It needs to be a field. It needs to be a schedule today date. Oh, okay. It needs to be a schedule today date, and it cannot be a global. And now you understand why, because you have a cascading effect on this. If you have a change date like this, you're screwed. You're screwed. because every day you're going to modify the file, the record, right? Got it? So that's why in a modern, that's why I need a day, I need a full day to explain to you that all this, for example, nah, you cannot have it, right? Or the modified user, well, it cannot be this neither, right? Because otherwise, when you're going to update that date, right, you're going to be screwed. It will modify the date and modify, you know. So that's why those are no longer, they're not more than enough. You understand? Even though, even though, even though, even though I might revise myself, right? Why? Is because of this. This. So now we can replace this new. Now we can replace a field without performing the auto entry options. So now again, we could have this, because if I don't check this skip auto enter option, well, I can replace the date on this without modifying this. Ha! Right? So that come back, you know, because that was a pain because of this. Because this wasn't there before. This new in 22. Okay? So this powerful, because now you can skip auto entry. That means I modify this, I put this, but I don't modify the who change the record and who, when update the record. Right? So that's why we need a day to explain all of those things. Okay, so, and of course, since, for example, on my time frame order, I rely on the scheduled dates, right? So if when I modify this, right? Well, this calculation will be triggered, will be reevaluated for every single records based on that calc. So this time frame, if the dates reach today, well, I am on today, I will be on 1. If the day reach tomorrow, I will be on 2. Yeah, you can have a midnight and 5 minutes past midnight. But be careful, past midnight of when where your server is located, right? Because one day I had a guy say, yeah, where's the day? He say yesterday when it's today. Yeah, because the server was 3 hours behind, right? And so, yeah, time zone aware, yeah. Time zone, and especially in the US, because so between the East Coast and West Coast, yeah, what, 5 hours? Something like this before.
East Coast and West Coast is 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours.
So, but this is cool, and then you can optimize because, for example, right? Let's say I have a table, I need the schedule date, but just to calculate the age of somebody. I want to know if it's 45, 46, 25, 26, 27. So, well, you select the people with a birthday of today, right? Today, like without the year, month, right? Month, day. You select only those and you update those people. You don't update all the table. If that's all what you need. For example, you can optimize, right? You can optimize because the age of somebody is not changing every day. It's changing only on the people born today without, today day and today month. That's it. All the other people, they don't change age, right? Or the year, for example, the current year. The current year change once a year, the 31st on December. It doesn't change every day, right? So you can, or when you have gazillions of records, yeah, you need to take care of those things, because every single bits counts, matters. Because especially when you have millions of records, which I'm specialized to. I'm specialized with a giant, big, like 400 million, 1 billion. I dealt like a year ago. I dealt with table with 2 billion records. Imagine this. And what's fast though, with tags and stuff like this. And oh yeah, something I need to. Can you write, Marge?
Yes.
Multi-threading pieces.
Multi-threading pieces.
Yes, that will kill you. That will kill you. When I will show you this, I don't understand why FileMaker is not doing it. But you need a kick-ass server. But when you have 2 billion records, or let's say 500 million records, 500 millions, okay? Well, you cannot be in a $400 a month server. You are on the $1,500, $2,000 a month server. Or you need your own. You need your own $15,000 computer. Okay? Yeah, of course. It's not FileMaker. FileMaker is kick ass on this configuration. I was doing with like a $15 Windows machine, with I don't know, I don't even remember how many Xeon chips we had, and we had 128 gigabyte memories, and super ultra SSDs, right? And the multi-threading key source, meaning server, server is a multi-threading software. You can launch multiple processes. Unlike the client do one process at a time. Server can do multiple processes. Okay, processes. So what I was doing is say, okay, I needed to do some treatments, calcs on 500 million records, but I cannot, I couldn't wait days to do that. I needed to reduce that to hours to the most, right? So the process was taking before if it was reaching the end, like 8 days to treat like half billion records with the old technique. With my technique, like, refine tags and stuff like that, and multi-processes, multi-threading server, I reduced to 2 hours. So the principle was this: I was launching 20 processes. I was launching 20 times the same scripts on the server. The first script was taking care of the first, like 10 million records. And the second script was taking care of the second 20 million records. And the third script to the third 20 million records. So each script, each thread was doing the same thing on some font sets like this at the same time, right? So, and FileMaker server was handling that. I was stunned, by the FileMaker server is by far much more advanced than FileMaker clients. Much, much more advanced. And you can, if you have a very, very big server, I mean, because people, I'm laughing sometimes, when people says, yeah, but or SQL on, with or what's the name, SAP, and what's the other company, or the software, database software, what's the name in San Francisco? They own Slack. What's the name?
I don't remember their name off the top of my head. Uh,
Salesforce.
oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Salesforce do you think the Salesforce server is $2 a month? It's
In their
15.
dream?
It's $20,000 a month.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Salesforce is much more powerful. Yeah, but it's not $200 a month, right? So if you put a server like this, if you put like a real server, using FileMaker, you handle billions of records, like, of course, so it's because people, they don't compare, it's like say, oh yeah, but you know what, your Ferrari full equipped is much more, it's much more powerful than my Kia. Yeah, it's not the same price neither, right? I have 200 Kias for one Ferrari, right? So it's the same thing, but FileMaker can handle this, so can you write the multi-threading server? It's not that complicated to do. You need to be careful because you can kill your server with uncontrolled, and the perform script on server helps a lot. So I think we can land the bus.
Land the bus, as you say. Okay.
The
This has been a
flying
good
bus.
this has been a good series. Nick, thank
Yes,
you very
yes.
much.
I'm going to send you the file though.
Please do. I will get a billion questions about it. So I should have the file for one tomorrow.
Okay.
All
So
right, everybody.
see you next week.
Yes, I have you on for 3 days next week. So woo.
Okay. You.
Bye, everybody. We will see you later.
Bye.